Alright traders, what is going on? Friday morning, 9 o'clock. Stu, good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. What do we got going on today? Great day, guys. Green every day so far in the month of January. That's only 2 days. But I'm still excited. Pumped up. Going to continue this streak. It's going to be a great year. Wanted to share something with you guys. GDT posted this on Twitter. Wanted to share it with you real quick at the start of our stream. He said, never allow somebody to tell you what you should do. If something, this is of course in the context of trading stocks, if something works for you, do it. I don't care if it breaks every trading rule in the book. Do what works for you, in all caps. I really like that because, you know, I agree with him. Good morning, Short for Sure. I hope you're doing well this morning. I really agree with GDT on that. It's just some people out there, some teachers, they really want you to trade exactly like them, but there's so many different ways of trading, and I hope to teach you, you know, what I've learned so you can benefit from my experience and learn how I trade. But then there's people who trade completely different. Like, you should be learning from everybody, not only me, but learn from everybody out there that you can. I think it will really benefit you the best way possible. For instance, even yesterday on ADIL, we killed that right at the start of the day, right guys? Killed that right at the start of the day, but my mentor, he shorted, you know, right at the top. We're buying at the bottom, he shorted at the top. We all trade different. You know, so we got to do what's comfortable for us. But let's get into the day, guys. What's going on? Stock futures indicating a sharply higher Wall Street open after a negative session on Thursday. That was pulled lower by Apple and global growth fears. Got some fears going on out there today. And today, what are we seeing on the scanners? You know, we're not seeing a whole lot. We still got quite a few stocks to go over. Yesterday, we nailed it, right? VTBT and ABIL, nailed those perfect. Really hope you guys banked on that. I know some of you said you did in the comments section below. But today we're seeing a little bit less news. It's Friday. What does that mean? You know, people don't trade as long on Fridays. Typically, companies don't come out with, you know, their PRs, all their PRs on a Friday. Yesterday we saw a lot. We still do have a few today. But today, you know, I'm thinking what's going to happen is we're going to have some continuation plays, and then there's a few that popped up on the scanners I want to go over that I think could have potential as well. But let's go ahead and get some of these out of the way. So what do we see? These right here are not necessarily on the scanners. On the scanners are $1 and above stocks. I just want to knock these out for you guys in case, just so you acknowledge them. APHB, this one is gapping up right now. It's got a decent chart on it if you trade these penny stocks. I personally am not going to trade this. I just want to go over for you guys what is gapping up. This is on a merger agreement, and this is a pretty nice pattern to it. So I've seen this work quite a few times. We got the 50-day and 13 squeezing together. It breaks up through that. This could be the first day in quite a bit of time that it's been above that. We could see a little bit of a move today on it. I'm going to avoid it. It's got a pretty nice pattern though. Pre-market 30 cents is holding up. I want you guys to be aware of that one right there. And then the other penny stock, nano cap stock that I want to go over for sure is FLKS. That one is on a merger as well. This one has a similar pattern to it. If we pull up the 6-month chart here, it's just breaking above that 13 there. We see here before it tried, retrace that move. So it's getting above that right now. We'll see if that starts pulling back down or not. But volume is here certainly. On these two stocks this morning, we got volume on APHB and FLKS. So I just wanted to point those out to you because it's good to know where volume is, right? I mean, I'm not going to trade either of these, but it's good to know where volume is at because yesterday, for instance, it worked in our favor very well too, right? Because what was our leading gapper yesterday? We had KTOV yesterday, and I kept a very close eye on KTOV, for our VTVT play, because at the start of the day, you keep the leading gapper on watch, see how the volume is doing on that, because you want to see like a transfer in momentum and volume. So this was getting volume, and as soon as that started fading on off, we saw VTVT start getting its move a little bit later on. Didn't get it right at the start of the day. That took about 10 minutes there. We saw a little fade off and then red to green move, and we could go over that trade right here real quick. I know some of you banked on this one, and this is the ideal situation, right? We don't necessarily want this one to just spike right out of the gates. It's best if we have volume that's light. You see this volume here? This is nice at the start of the day, very light. That's why I kept my eyes on KTOV and this one. It's like, okay, when volume starts fading there, when that one starts getting stuffed at resistance and start turning around, the bulls are going to head somewhere else, right? So that's when I keep my eye on VTVT. When this one pops up and breaks, does this red to green move, breaking 275 here on good volume. That's what I was looking for, volume confirmation. Nailed that one. An ADIL as well. We'll go over ADIL this morning too. But this one right out the gates, that was a perfect trade. So I hope you guys killed that. So that's why I'm going to keep APHB, FLKS on watch, because they do have some of the volume. We'll see how volume does over there. But I don't like to participate in these nano cap stocks because usually there's no long-term investors in the penny stock world, right? In the penny stock world, it's just mostly they're more prone for just pump and dumps because no one's really putting tons of money investing long term into it, right? People are just buying 20,000 shares to pump them up and then sell them all off, so they come back down a little bit quicker. That's what we're seeing on those two right there. And what else am I looking at? So if we look at the gap up watch list, we have a few on here I definitely want to go over that we have written down. Okay, so what's the first one I want to go over? Let's look at MVAX. I want to just show you guys what I look at when I'm looking at pre-market. There's a lot of these that I'm not going to trade, but it's just good to acknowledge what's going on. So NVAX, this one is a gapper as well. Nice little gapper in pre-market. I didn't even look at the news on this. I didn't look at any. All I did was pull up the chart, and the chart told me enough. This is something you guys will learn as well as you trade. But this one, there's just no. Look at the price action on it. The price action just tells me I'm not interested in this one at all. I mean, look throughout the day. You're trading like a penny at a time. Not going to make any money on that. Joseph, good morning. Good to see you in here, man. So, you know, right when I pulled up the chart, looked at the daily, yeah, the daily's not impressive. On, you know, intraday, it hardly moves at all. I was like, this one's way too high of a float for me to even be interested in. I pulled it up here. You can use Intensity Stock Watch at the quick look. We got a 380 million float on it. Guys, not interested. So that was on the gap up scanner right there, and that's how I go through some of these every morning. I'll just take a look at the price action first. If the past chart history tells me that there's range, so that there are days where it has nice moves, then I'll look, you know, at more of the news and support resistance, kind of get into it from there. That was NVAX. Then we had another one, NBRU. That one's gapping up as well. And guys, we'll get into some good ones. I want to get through some of these real quick. There's a couple good opportunities today, NBRV, sorry, that I want to go over. NBRV, this one's gapping up as well. So we pull up the daily chart on this. I have a separate monitor for the daily. You guys should as well. Pull up the daily. There's no range. And by range, I mean each day. I mean, this is probably the biggest day we've had right here. The thing moved like 30 cents. And it's already gapping up like 15 cents. So there's just no range. So you look at the gap ups, you see, look at the past chart history. This first thing I look at. How's the chart look? Right? First thing you look at in BRV. So past chart history, there's no range. Not interested in that one. Now let's get into the good ones, fellas. I got 3 on my watch list that I think definitely have some potential this morning. And please let me know, guys, if I'll keep my eye on the gap up watch list as well. Sometimes something pops up around 9.95 on the scanners. But BOXL, I do want to go over this one. This is kind of a sleeper, but let's take a look at BOXL here. It's got very light volume right now. Yesterday, we had some good activity in the afternoon, right? We got from about 2:30. This one started getting some nice activity on it. It hit a high of 215 in after hours, and we'll go over the news on this one as well. So I looked at the past chart history, and the past chart history told me yes, right? Look at this. We have some nice moves in the past. It's known to rip. So then I look after that at, is there a catalyst? And yes, there is a catalyst that came out yesterday. So this company, BOXL, is supplying the largest charter school in New York State with their technology to every single classroom, largest charter school in New York State. So it's got a catalyst on it. It's definitely got a catalyst. It's got the past chart history. It doesn't have a lot of volume in pre-market, but it definitely has some attention from yesterday. And how did I find this one? Well, I found it because of Intensity Stock Watch Scanner, guys. And you guys can get this too. There's a link in the description that'll go over exactly how to get this. And we got a promo for this month, the 30 for 30, so take advantage of it. And the after hours watch list, we got BOXL. After hours, BOXL. That's exactly how I found this one. Yeah, I think there's some potential here. Definitely think there's potential here. That this is not going to be on a lot of people's radars, but this one certainly can get some volume and heat into it because we've seen what it does in the past. What do we got to break? We got to break $2. $2 is the 50-day moving average. $2 is that whole dollar level. It's going to serve as some tough resistance. You know, we can mark it off right around these levels at $2 as well, where it's served as support, which support cracked beneath it, so now it's going to be resistance. The next real strong level of resistance is probably going to be up at around that 225 to 250 area, right in those levels. But keep it on watch. We could definitely get some volume in on it. BOXL. We gotta wait for that confirmation, the confirmation of volume, kind of like we did on yesterday with VTVT. And what else am I looking at? So I think today this is something good for you guys to know. On Fridays, oftentimes we will see stocks not necessarily new stocks that start getting all the volume. Sometimes we'll see just continuation plays. Something that's already made moves in the past, it'll get kind of that spike at the start of the day. And why is that? It's because on Fridays people like to just trade real quick and then start their weekend. And because of that, oftentimes we'll see something that has, you know, ripped very recent in the past just start, you know, taking on off at the start of the day because they know, okay, volume's already here. Let's get into it. And what are those type of trades? So what do we got, guys? I mean, ADIL, this one has been a mover very recently. I mean, for every day for the last couple weeks, ADIL has been really taking on off. This is the daily chart on it. And what do we have here? This is my concern on ADIL. Yesterday we nailed it, right? We called that spike at the start of the day up to the upper shadow resistance around 745. We nailed that. What's my concern? It's a little overextended. I mean, it's a lot overextended, of course. Very overextended. It's overextended as well off the trend line. But if we look at the past chart history on this, when it initially started its move, you know, we saw a spike, retrace down to the trend line, spike, back down trend line, spike, back down to the trend line. Now we've spiked, but we haven't necessarily come back down to the trend line yet. So we're still hanging off that trend line a good amount. And today it certainly could go back down to that trend line, which is going to be about, what, $5? Yeah, so around that $5 area is the 13 EMA and around the trend line. But ADIL, you know, could spike at the start of the day. Why? Because it held its gains fairly well yesterday. I mean, what, we hit a high 718, it's sitting at 680 right now. The bids on it right now are, I mean, it's got a huge spread pre-market, 650 to 680. We'll see if that kind of narrows out, but this one certainly could get another spike at the start of the day. That's without question, it could, because like I said, on Fridays, what happens a lot of times is people just go to the stock that has continuously kind of made a move. They want to just get in and out, start their weekend. So that's what happens a lot of times on Friday. If we get good volume to break $7, that's when we could start seeing a pretty massive squeeze. $7 has been that level, you know, that hasn't been able to break. If we can break $7 with some good volume, that's going to be kind of that squeeze area. You see back here on the chart, kind of called this yesterday, right? A spike up to those upper shadows right around the 730, 45 area. Came back down, but it held its gains pretty well. So we'll see if we get another spike up there. If we break $7 with really good volume, we could see this one make a move today. I've seen it a lot of times, guys, where Fridays are the days where it's just a continuation play from a stock that's already been making a move. So ADIL, this one is without question can get good volume. You know, if it doesn't get that volume, probably expect this one to come back down to the trend line. And it could fade on off today as well. I mean, it's hanging really far off that trend. You know, so this is one it could rip and move on up all the way up to $10. It's not one that I would really put all my money into or hold for a long term on the long side, though. Short for sure. On the volume, how much are you looking for? Is that you talking with ADIL or just any stock in general? So yesterday, right, on VTBT, this will be a good example for you. VTBT, this is the volume I was waiting for. I was really waiting for this volume to come in. How much was I looking for? What I'm looking for is, and I have the level 2 pulled, or I have the times of sales pulled up. I want to start seeing just green prints flying on, and I'm just sitting here watching it too. You know, I pick out these stocks that I think really could get the volume. Like we went over BOXL, I think it could get the volume. VTVT yesterday, I was just watching this like a hawk. So I was staring at it as it was kind of slowly U-shaping on that red to green. You know, you spot the red to green. You see it's where it's holding support. And so I got my eyes on it. And I got my eyes on the level 2, seeing if the bids are kind of stacking. And then if the ask is getting chipped away at, if the ask starts getting chipped away at, and the times of sales are printing a ton of green prints, that's when all this green volume is going to start coming in for that break of the high day 275 on the red to green move. So I'm paying very close attention to how many orders are going through, and I'm also keeping in mind kind of over here on my watch list, I'll be watching the stocks that might be gapping up the most, that have all the attention already, such as KTOV. KTOV was very overcrowded. It was probably where all the shorts were going to be at the start of the day. So I just kept my eye over here, seeing, okay, is that one getting it or is it fading on off? Because if KTOV just ripped out of the gate up to like, just broke all resistance and shorts were getting squeezed out, then it's likely that VTVT might not have gotten this bullish volume on it. So I'm keeping an eye on the top gainers in pre-market, seeing how they're doing in relation to what I'm looking at as well. But we can go over VTVT because that's the next one on the watch list. There's not a ton today, guys. So this is going to be an in and out type of day. You need to have your plan and trade it and be done. It's likely that I might not even trade today. We'll see how it goes. BOXL, ADIL, VTVT, these are the three that I'm mainly watching. But what are the ones with the volume right now in pre-market? I mean, volume's pretty light as well. We got the nano caps, APHB, FLKS. Those are in the penny stock world, the ones with some decent volume. But I don't think those are going to get it, in all honesty. I think it's going to be something else. I think it's going to be a continuation play. That's my personal opinion on one of these stocks that's really been, grinding in the last few weeks. Joseph, when are you going to visit Patrick? Well, Patrick is very busy. So, I'm talking with him. And it could be the end of January now. So, we'll figure it out. I'm going to let everybody know when that's going to be. It's going to be soon, though. Because I got a voucher for my plane ticket. The voucher's only 60 days, so it's got to be soon. John Wilson, good morning, man. Good to see you in here. So, VTVT, yeah, this is going to be definitely on my watch list as well, because why? It's been... And I'll go over what happened yesterday on VTVT, because it did crack the trend. We see this trend here, guys. It was a nice bull flag. We played it perfect. Came right down to this trend. Bam! Killed that sucker on VTVT. But what's going on now? So it cracked this trend here. Now it's down to around 259. But we're okay. It's now kind of in this channel, right? 255. 255 has held up. All on Friday, all on Monday, on Wednesday. It's served as really good support. Even till now. So VTVT, it's got defined $3 resistance, but it also has defined 350, 355 support. SSR is turned on VTVT, short sale restriction. If you guys don't know what that means, just let me know. So there is some opportunity here on VTVT again today. I know everyone's going to be on Twitter like, there's somebody pumping VTVT. There's still opportunity. I mean, it's still hanging off of 255 support. Still got good support there. If it cracks that, that's of course when we're out, when it's going to be more, bearish, coming back down, forming a new trend. But 250 is holding up. Now, how I would trade this is, of course, I would not be waiting for the $3 breakout, because every single day since last Friday, it has not been able to break that $3 level. So that's an area I'd be shorting. So how I would trade this is, kind of like yesterday, potentially. See how it does at the start of the day, see where volume is, see how 250 is going to react, see how it's going to hold up. If this holds around that 250 level, that would that would get my interest in maybe picking up a position. But this trend line that it cracked beneath is going to definitely serve as resistance as well, which could be around that 290, 285 level. So I wouldn't be looking for a huge move on this today on VTVT, but it does have defined support that it's right near, and that's what I like. I like support, and 250 has held up very nicely. So let's just see how it reacts to that today. That makes sense, guys? See how VTVT is going to react to that support level. Yeah, but you can tell it's a Friday. There's not a lot of PRs. There's not as many people in the stream today as well. Not a lot of pre-market activity. So definitely a Friday. You guys have any questions at all? It's already 9:23. So, you know, but if something pops up on the scanner, though, that's my watch list is pretty much, you know, I'm going to have to kind of go where volume goes. That's how Friday works. You know, I'm just making a prediction here. I'm taking what I got, and kind of like yesterday. Yesterday we killed it. But the thing is, when the market opens, something else completely random could pop up on the scanner and steal all the volume, right? That's why you guys need to get these scanners. You know, we still got the New Year's special going on in the description, only for Avery Day Trading subscribers. So sign up for that 30 for 30. Get your 2019 started off on a great note. I will individually help you guys out with the scanners if you want to go ahead and sign up for that. I already have with several of you, but I want to make sure you guys are good to go. But are there any questions you guys have before we wrap it up? Fridays, they always get here so fast. You know, what is going on, man? See, I grew up and everyone's saying, you know, how excited they were for Fridays. The end of the week, they could start their weekend. No. No, no, no. I'm excited for Mondays. It's the day where we can work. It seems like Fridays get here so much faster than they used to, you know, growing up. Fridays just get here so fast now. But that's it, guys. BOXL, let's keep that on watch for some volume to come into that. $2 is going to be very tough. That's the 50-day and tough chart resistance as well. That one was the news yesterday. Had a nice little pop-up towards the end of the day yesterday. ADIL, we'll see if this one's going to get a pop at the start of the day as well. It has the last few days. But it's a little overextended here. Little overextended. So be careful with ADIL. Please predefine your risk very well on that one. If it starts working against you, cut very quickly. Cut very quickly on ADIL, because that one, when it comes down, I'm afraid it's going to come down. And then BTVT. We're going to see how that's going to react around this 250 support. And then we'll keep our eyes focused on the scanners. But guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you have a great weekend. Study up. And I look forward to seeing you all right back here Monday morning.